Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. SoFi out with two new credit cards today that we are going to take a look at. Both of these are by invitation only, at least as they are rolling them out as I am making this video. And both of them look like they are targeting customers who are in that sort of fair to good credit range. First is the SoFi Everyday Cash Rewards Card, which is a no annual fee Mastercard that gives you your rewards using the following formula: 3% cash back on dining purchases, which could be going out and dining, and it also could be food delivery. You get 2% back on a grocery store and convenience store purchases. Not sure exactly how those are going to be defined. Everybody always has the question, does Walmart get included when it comes to groceries? Usually it does not, but we don't have a definition from SoFi of exactly what grocery stores is going to encompass. And then everything else on this card only going to get you 1% cash back. Now, as far as I can tell, there is no new cardholder bonus that comes along with this card, but again, it is just being announced as I make this video, and it is by invitation only, so it is possible that there could be one in the future. Now, within the materials we do have, SoFi says that this card is for people with good to excellent credit, but there is no defined meaning of what is good credit and what is excellent credit from SoFi, so we don't know exactly what that means by credit score. However, when we look at this card versus the existing SoFi 2% credit card that gives you 2% cash back on everything, this is a card that is not as good as that card. Yes, it's got 3% on dining, but everything else is going to get you 2% or less on this card. So this is a card obviously targeting people that maybe wouldn't qualify for that card. Now, FICO says in their sort of vague credit score ranges that good equals 670 as sort of a floor to be in that good credit range. But again, these are guidelines, not necessarily anything that is set in stone or that any credit card company or any other loan company has to use. So when I look at this card, 670 is a floor. I would guess that the floor is probably even less than that. Maybe 650 to 700 is where they are looking for people for this card. Maybe even a little bit less than 650, depending on kind of how they see things go when they offer this card out there. So not as good a card as the existing SoFi 2% card, but a card for people that don't have terrible credit. A couple other notes on the Everyday Cash Rewards card. Like SoFi's existing 2% card, the cash back that you earn can either be redeemed as a statement credit, which means it goes against the balance you have on the card and will reduce the balance that you owe, or you could use it to deposit into a SoFi checking and savings account, or you could use it against a SoFi loan if you have one of those, but you cannot get the cash actually in your hand. And then a point to make on the application process for this new Everyday Cash Rewards card, as well as the other SoFi card that we are going to talk about. When you apply, it is going to be a soft pull on your application unless you are approved and you actually get the card, which means you apply, they do a soft pull on your credit, they tell you you are going to be approved or you are going to be declined. If you're going to be declined, you just don't go through with the application and it does not hurt your credit score. If you are approved, you can then decide, do I really want this card or not? If you say yes and go through, that's when you would then get the hard pull on your credit report, but you also would know that you are going to be approved for the card. So it is one of those no-lose situations when it comes to applying for this card. So bottom line on the new SoFi Everyday Cash Rewards card, if you are invited to apply and you have excellent credit, you're over 720 or maybe even over 700, you're probably going to say no to this because there are other better cards out there on the market that you could get your hands on. However, if you are sitting in that mid 600s to 700 range, maybe this is a card that you would go after. It has decent rewards, although not great, but if you're having trouble getting any other cards that you want out on the market, this could be another option. And then the second new card offering from SoFi is the SoFi Essential card, and it is called the Essential card because all it is giving you is what is essential to a credit card, which is credit. It looks like there are going to be no rewards on this card, no frills. You are going to have a high interest rate, at least initially at 29.49% is what they are showing. you do have no annual fee. So this is a card obviously targeting people with lower credit scores. It is unsecured, but you've got a high interest rate, but no annual fee. You could sort of think of it as the equivalent to the Capital One Platinum card in this same range of credit scores. Capital One Platinum is a no annual fee card, high interest rate, no rewards. So SoFi kind of doing the same thing here. Now, unlike the first card that SoFi announced today, with this new SoFi Essential card, they give no guidance in terms of types of credit that might be needed. So where the other card said good to excellent, there is nothing that SoFi is saying about this. But based on what it is, based on what we know on the market, it is going to be for people with lower credit scores. My guess would be 600 to 650, maybe even a little bit less than 600, but that is totally a guess. But when we look at that Everyday Cash Rewards card, which I have to assume is going to target those people sort of in the 650 to 700 range, this one would be a step down from that. So this is probably a situation where if you have a fairly low credit score, this might be one of the best unsecured cards that you could still get on the market with that lower score. And then, like I mentioned with the first card, the new SoFi Essential card, same sort of application process where you're going to get the soft pull. You'll find out if you are approved or declined, and you would only get a hit to your credit score if you actually go through and get approved and actually take the card. If you are declined or you are approved and then decide you don't want it, no hit to your credit score, which obviously is good if you're someone that is sitting at a little lower credit score and you want to feel confident that you are going to be approved or that you're not going to hurt your credit score if you are not. So again, both of these cards are by invitation only, at least as they are being rolled out. What that means in terms of how many people are going to be invited to apply for them, I'm not sure. Maybe you would be invited to apply for one of them if you got declined for the SoFi 2% card. SoFi just not giving out a whole lot of information here. But overall, when I look at these cards, obviously if you have excellent credit, they are not going to be anything that is exciting to you. But there is sort of a lag in the market, or I should say there aren't enough cards in this sort of fair to good range for people that maybe can't get approved for the best card. So oftentimes, you know, you're looking at Discover, you're looking at Capital One sort of in those ranges if you want an unsecured card. So maybe SoFi putting another decent card, especially with the Everyday Cash Rewards card out there in that same credit score range. And then again, if you really want an unsecured card, but your credit score is even lower, that Essential card could be an answer as well. So that is it for this video. Would love to hear your thoughts about these new cards in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment or go to the website, there is another video that you're going to want to watch, and it's right there.